Hey everybody, we're back in sunny Southern California for 2021. Now, if you like our videos, remember to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Today, we're on one of the most scenic drives in all of Los Angeles, which is Mulholland Drive. You might recognize it from movies like Mulholland Falls.
This is what?
This is Mulholland Falls, Jack.
Mulholland Falls?
It's kind of like Niagara Falls.
Come on, there ain't no falls in L.A.
Or even David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. I recommend you take the drive because it's really beautiful. But really why we're here today is because of that famous movie set right behind me, the San Fernando Valley. Movies like Terminator, Back to the Future, and E.T. were filmed right there. But today we're here to take a look at the Boulevard. Right in the heart of the San Fernando Valley is probably one of the most iconic streets in all of car culture, and it's called Van Nuys Boulevard. It's where cruising went from being a small town American pastime to a world famous activity. So we're gonna take a trip down memory lane and check out the Boulevard. So the town of Van Nuys was founded in 1911 and was named after Isaac Newton Van Nuys. Isaac Newton Van Nuys was an American businessman, farmer, and rancher who owned the entire southern portion of the San Fernando Valley. The town later became annexed by Los Angeles on May 22, 1915. At the center of Van Nuys lies its main thoroughfare, the Boulevard, Van Nuys Boulevard. It runs approximately 10 miles from the Santa Monica Mountains in Sherman Oaks to the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains. These 10 miles of roadway would go on to become the main artery into the heart of America's love for the automobile. Following World War II, and with the post-war economic boom, many returning GIs were moving out west, escaping the densely packed East Coast, and looking for room to grow their families. Los Angeles became the hub of the new westward migration, and the suburbs were born. In just a few short years, the San Fernando Valley went from miles of orange orchards to the bustling community filled with hundreds of thousands of Americans and their growing families. Then the jobs followed. Companies like Boeing and Lockheed Martin set down roots, along with the big three auto manufacturers, each building a plant in Los Angeles. And GM chose Van Nuys on Van Nuys Boulevard for their newest 68-acre plant. In 1947, the plant opened its doors, offering good-paying jobs that allowed American workers to earn their American dream, and the American dream now included a car in every driveway. The valley was booming, and the American auto culture was booming with it. Sleek and stylish new cars from GM, Ford, and Chrysler were emerging on the market to a hungry audience.
Let me tell you what Melvin Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, Ford over 30, 11-to-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some f***ing muscle.
And along Van Nuys Boulevard, a new hobby began to emerge: cruising. A small town activity had migrated to the heart of Hollywood. Americans eager to show off their new cars and spend time with like-minded fans who began driving along the boulevard in the evenings, heading to nowhere and in no hurry to get there, but instead just driving up and down the boulevard, meeting new people and making lifelong friends. Cruising may have started in the 1950s with the Greatest Generation, but it was their children, the baby boomers, who made it their lifestyle. The new generation of baby boomers took the car culture to a whole new level in the 1960s, and we see the birth of the muscle car. And just like that, Van Nuys becomes the hub of light-to-light drag racing. A spirit of freedom, danger, and speed takes over the boulevard in the 1960s. The Van Nuys assembly plants are churning out muscle cars like the Camaro and the Pontiac Firebird, and Americans are buying them faster than they can be built. Van Nuys Boulevard becomes one of the most important centers for car culture in the world. Thousands of cars fill the streets nightly, and the area explodes with activities. Locations like Van Nuys Drive-In, Bob's Big Boy, and Corky's become main hubs. The parking lots begin to look like muscle car showrooms. The 3/4-mile stretches of Van Nuys to the north and the concrete basin of the Los Angeles River to the east become drag strips, pitting Mustangs against Camaros and Barracudas versus Firebirds.
Hey, Benny, you better have your wood screws. I'm gonna blow your doors completely off.
People flock from all over Los Angeles and the nation to see and participate in the spectacle.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And pretty soon, Hollywood and the world begin to take notice. The culture has such an impact that soon locations on Van Nuys and the basin of the Los Angeles River were featured in major American motion pictures. Movies like Grease, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Gumball Rally, and many more.
You ain't gonna see me for Suko.
In 1979, a film named Van Nuys Boulevard is released to the world.
Cruise Night. It's an American tradition that belongs to anyone who loves competition. It's freedom, fun, and fine transportation. You find it happening all over the nation. But the greatest cruising in the land takes place on the street where it all began. Van Nuys Boulevard.
But at the end of the 1970s, the gas crisis and the American economic stagnation has taken its toll, and Japanese imports flood the market. And the American muscle car is all but wiped out.
The oil embargo came along and couldn't sell big cars at all. As a matter of fact, people that had bought big cars were bringing them back and leaving them on the lot. So here, I don't want it. I won't be able to buy gas.
The freedom and innocence of the previous decade begins to wane, and Los Angeles mandates that the police start cracking down on cruising nights.
I think I'll write you up for yours. What do you think of that? Just hurry up. Your mother's waiting for me.
With police cracking down, by the end of the decade, cruising nights are all but gone. On the boulevard, and car culture, as we know it, has all but vanished. By 1992, in a symbolic synchronicity, the GM plant closes its doors for the last time. Car culture in Van Nuys has finally come to an end. Or has it? In 2009, decades after the last car cruised down Van Nuys Boulevard, a new event was reborn. Every third Wednesday of the month, all eras are represented. The culture and passion that was born on this boulevard is alive and well. The old GM factory is now an outdoor mall called The Plant in a nod to its automotive roots. With the resurgence of the American muscle car, the boulevard, along with the culture born on this street, find their way into Hollywood blockbusters seen around the world by millions. Van Nuys Boulevard may not be what it once was, but its impact and continued presence in car culture will echo on for eternity. Well, I hope you liked that trip down memory lane, getting to know a little bit about cruising culture and the San Fernando Valley, and specifically Van Nuys Boulevard. If you liked it, if you like all of our videos, please subscribe, give us a like, and share with friends. All right, until next time.